Ransomware. It's the term instilling fear into every business owner across the planet. It cripples corporations and disrupts major industries. It's just a new, ridiculous way hackers are making money. If your business is subject to a ransomware attack, should you pay the ransom? Naturally, your first instinct would be yes, but I'm going to take you through a few things that people might not know about this. There may be serious repercussions for actually paying the ransom. Let's check it out. This will no doubt be the hardest business decision you've ever had to make. Private details of your customers, clients, and employees are in the hands of cybercriminals, and it seems like an impossible choice whether or not to pay the ransom. Traditionally, ransomware attacks consist of the cybercriminals gaining access to your files and encrypting them. They can also restrict your operations until the ransom is met. Nowadays, it has been taken to a whole new level. A common practice now is double extortion, where the criminals threaten to leak your stolen files. And in some cases, it's been taken even further to the triple extortion case, to which your clients and suppliers are hit with ransom demands. Unfortunately, not only can this be costly for a business, but in a particular case, it took the life of a newborn baby. A hospital in Alabama was the victim of ransomware, crippling their systems, meaning the staff could not perform their required duties. So let's have a look at some questions to consider. Is paying the ransom against the law? At the time of making this video, there is no law that prohibits the payment of a ransomware demand. However, Division 400 of the Criminal Code Act 1995 mentions money laundering and how it's an offence to deal with money or property where there is a risk that it will become an instrument of crime. By paying the ransom, you are in fact funding future ransomware attacks, making your money the instrument in this crime. Another thing to consider is, under the Antimoney Laundering and Counter-Terrorism Financing Act of 2006, it's against the law to intentionally make funds available to terrorist organisations. Of course, there is no way of knowing whether or not these cybercriminals are part of one of these groups, but the law still applies. In Australia, the Labor government has proposed a ransomware payments bill. This requires a victim of ransomware to contact the ACSC before making a ransom payment and disclosing the amount and the details of the crypto wallet being used for the payment. By contacting the ACSC, you'll be given possible alternatives that you might not have considered. Australian entities with an annual turnover of more than $3 million are currently required to report all data breaches to the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner. Should you pay the ransom? Cybersecurity experts recommend that you don't pay the ransom. The reason behind this is that by paying, you are funding criminal groups and proving that there is a willingness to give in to criminal demands. If it keeps working for them, they will continue to deploy these ransomware strikes. You should also note that even after you pay, there is no guarantee that you'll regain control of your data. Not to mention, they may target your business again thinking, these guys paid last time. Despite all of the above mentioned, roughly 1/3 of businesses that are hit choose to pay the ransom at an average amount of $1.25 million. And I don't blame them for paying. Businesses can be crippled from ransomware. It doesn't matter what size your business is, these cybercriminals don't discriminate, and hitting the right company can cause major industry disruptions. The United States experienced a major fuel shortage after Colonial Pipeline was hit by ransomware. The Colonial Pipeline is the largest pipeline system for refined oil products in the United States, carrying around 3 million barrels per day between Texas and New York. One of the most notable strikes has been JBS Foods, the largest meat supplier in the world. They paid a ransom of $11 million US. So how do you protect your business from a ransomware attack? That's a whole video in itself, but basically regular updates on your devices, set up and perform regular backups, implement access control, use antivirus softwares, turn on ransomware protection, turn on multi-factor authentication. Don't open any suspicious emails. That's a big one, and it can be hard when you've got a big business. So paying the ransom or not is a very difficult question for a business owner to make, and hopefully this video gives you some insight into that topic. And I hope that you never have to go through it.